Have you ever seen those videos of people playing a heavily modded Skyrim VR, whether it's Happy147 or Slimesicle? Maybe seen glimpses of Wabajacks from Genghis VR? From her shorts? Well, hell, maybe you've seen my Skyrim VR RP series. Well, first off though, this is not a Wabajack video. This video is to teach you how to create your own mega mod list of your own. Some people have limited themselves to the ESP limit for the VR title, which is with the 255 ESPs. This also includes the ESL flagged mods, which means the ESPs that are flagged as ESLs, because sadly, Skyrim VR does not support ESL files, so they are absolutely nil in the game. So if you have an ESL file, just know it's not going to work. To those who want to explain their mod list yet fear to do so because they have no idea how merging works or how to get it to work in VR, well, this video is to resolve that fear at least a little. Now, before going any further into the video, if at any point you enjoyed this video, do not forget to hit the like button, as it helps me fight the pesky robots called the YouTube algorithm, and it gets this video to others like yourselves. If you want to see more VR related videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to set that bell to all to be notified of all my videos. Now let's expand your mod list ever so slightly. Before going into the merging portion, you have to understand the fundamentals of what is safe to merge, what's not safe to merge, and what mods will become nil when they are merged. So this section of the video will kind of go quick, but still need to go through it regardless. So first things first, all standalone weapons and armors are safe to merge. So you can have a bunch of these mods and put them all into one ESP and it will work just fine. Technically you can merge other armors, yet mods like immersive armors will not work if you do it. So you can assume the same with immersive weapons. Do not merge mods with heavy scripts as well. They won't break entirely, but you have the risk of doing so regardless. And mods that enable MCMs alone won't work as well, even if you merge them with the original mod, at least with my experience. By this I mean mods like Moonlight Tales. Moonlight Tales does not have an MCM, but if you get the MCM mod and try to merge it, it just won't work. Or if you're trying to merge a mod like Frostfall, it won't work. Merging patches from various mods can work, but do not merge them with the main mod. Those patches can become nil, and they just, well, as I said, they'll become nil. They won't work at all. It'll just completely shut down and you'll have bugged glitches everywhere. Sometimes you can merge a mod and its patches together. There are special occasions though, like Spellforge from Archdal, but for the most part, it should work. Although, you want to be careful regardless of what you merge anyway. You can also merge multiple patches from multiple different mods, but I would do just patches if you do it this way. You can merge towns together as well. For example, if you have all of the cities of the north and its patches, your mod list will have expanded greatly, and so you can short them to that one ESP and your mind can be at ease, as what I have done. There are some guidelines you can create for your mind that can help you decide on what to merge though. For example, if the scripts are heavy, don't do it. Does the mod have an MCM? Don't do it if it has one. Is it a master file or an ESM file? Don't do it. You can usually merge character creation mods, NPC appearances, as I stated earlier, standalones for weapons and armors, and possible terrain objects like immersive fallen trees. But again, be wary. Merging can be scary, especially if you don't know what you're doing. But when you're merging, it's safe to test these merges and see if the mods you merged are working properly and how they are intended. Do this all before you start a serious playthrough of your game. I also want to point out that with merges, your mod manager will recognize the file that it is merged and sorts as best of its abilities, so you won't have to worry on where to put it on your load order. You would think merging would be easy with the applications you can find, yet with Skyrim VR, zEdit, the application we'll be using, just doesn't like Skyrim VR. And I believe zEdit is probably one of the most flexible that are out there. So I'll help you make it bend to your absolute will by force. So first off, download the application via the GitHub link, which will be in the description, along with other means. Then extract it anywhere you wish, as long as you have access to it. Then within your mod manager of choice, add that tool. If you're using Vortex, open your Vortex clearly and make sure Skyrim VR is active. Go to your dashboard and select add tool. Then on target, click the folder icon and find the executable just called zEdit. Then you're able to launch it within Vortex. If you're using Mod Organizer 2 though, you want to do the same thing on the drop-down menu of the application selector deal, or whatever it is. That's what I call it. I don't know. Select edit, then you want to hit the plus sign and select add from file, then find your executable, then you're good to go with the application. However, SkyrimVR isn't recognized by default in the application, so you want to go to your game directory where the SkyrimVR executable is located and rename the executable to skyrimse.exe. This will then allow zEdit to recognize the mod list, the plugins file for SkyrimVR, yet you're not done though. This is quite the tedious deal, but it needs to be done if you want to do it. Next, you need to open the application through your mod manager of choice. You may see a Skyrim logo or a question mark, depending on the circumstances, but you need to hit the cogwheel to the right of the drop-down menu. You may need to add a profile, but you then set the game to Skyrim SE, and you can name it to Skyrim VR in case you play other editions of the game so you don't get confused. But then on the path, you want to select the Skyrim VR game directory. Then you're pretty much good to go to finally merge your mods. But how do you do it, right? Well, the actual act of merging is easy. When you're at the game selection screen, you want to find your newly made instance. With the top drop-down menu, select merge. But I want to mention a few things before going further. zClean is still experimental, so I wouldn't use it unless you really know what you're doing. The zEdit function can be used to create patches for adjusting certain things or creating certain patches. I think I just said that already, but examples can be weapon speed fix and the Hunter-born Skyrim immersive creatures patch. However, we're merging, so select zmerge. Click start session. Once the session opens, select create merge at the bottom of the application, then select plugins. Make sure to follow the guidelines I mentioned earlier, and once you selected the plugins, head back to the details tab, rename your merge to something suitable or something stupid like the torture of balls and dong or something, I don't know. Then with the merge method option, I find no differences, but I use the clean option since it sounds safer. I don't know. Once you've completed it though, build the merge. You may need to set the path. To do so, go to the upper right corner of the application and hit the cog wheel. Then under the merge settings tab on the left side, select the path of your desire or wherever your mods is located. That's where I put mine. As I said, usually I would put it near my mods, so maybe you want to do the same. After you've done so, select build merges, or you can separately build merges by going to each section of the merges you've created and just select build on the top right of each section. Then you're good to go as long as the mod manager can find the merged ESP. Now, if you use Mod Organizer 2, there is a plugin you can add called MO2 Plugins Deorder, I believe, and with which you can enable or disable mods you've merged within the plugins tab of the application. Before doing this, refresh your list in Mod Organizer 2 on the installed mods tab, and again after you enable or disable the plugins. And once you know your merged plugins is enabled, don't forget to sort the load orders so you get no issues down the line. Now, after you finish your merges, don't forget to change the executable back to skyrimvr.exe, because I've forgotten multiple times and I've gotten frustrated, so don't forget about it. You must do this every time you want to make a merge, so just beware. Now that you've acquired the knowledge of doing merges, are you going to attempt them? But just be wary of what you do. Also, if something happens to your game, don't blame me. I just made this video to inform you on how to do such sorcery. Yet this does not teach you how to fry your game. If you fry it, it's on you, and for that, I feel sorry for you, but there's nothing more I can do for you at that point. The only thing I can tell you is to revert back to a different save and make sure you undo your merges. That's the only thing I can really tell you in terms of that. Now, I want to take a small portion of the video to thank my patrons for supporting my channel. The names on the screen here, much love to you. I love each and every one of you. Now, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button so this can get to more viewers like yourselves, and it helps me fight the Daedric lords called the YouTube algorithm. If you're interested in other VR content as well as other hilarity, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell to get notified of all my future videos. And be sure it's set to all, otherwise you won't get all of my videos in your inbox. If you have any concerns in terms of modding or simply want to speak with me and my fellow souls, go to the Soul Chamber, my Discord. There you'll be notified and up to date with my content, and you can chat it up with me and my fellow souls, as I said, about anime, art, VR, or Skyrim, or whatever. Now, good luck to your merging, and one last thing is to keep your soul free.